We've been out in the garden this morning doing some work, more work to do later in the day, but now it's time for Amazon Live and I'm waiting for the signal to go through to one stream. It has, so I'm going to click the button to go live on Amazon Live and just wait. One eye on my iPad, waiting for it to actually appear on my iPad, and then I can actually go live. Okay, if you caught my broadcast earlier today about Ukraine, thank you. And we're going live on Amazon Live, and we have 12 seconds to spare. So on Amazon Live, we'll be live in 9 seconds, which is pretty good going, considering that we are going from my Live studio to one stream and then out to the world. And say hello and welcome to Tuesday's broadcast on Amazon Live. Thank you for joining me, and today we're going to be talking about lights, camera, action, which is webcams, audio gear, Fitbits, microphones, and live video. I need to alter that card because what we're actually going to be talking about today as well is lights. Lights should be one of the items that actually top of the system. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide that card. I'm going to hide that card. Okay, and we're getting down to fewer items on screen. And I'm going to go like this. Okay, now I'm very fortunate to live in Wiltshire in England, and I'm about 25 miles away from Stonehenge, and I may well play you that video later in the broadcast. I want to say hello to everybody watching on Amazon Live. Thank you for joining me, and let's do an official welcome now that we're totally underway. Okay, welcome to the broadcast. This is Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey, that's me, and broadcasting, sorry, you're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England, and thank you for doing so. Okay, right, so I actually live, if I go here, this is where I live. I live in Devizes in Wiltshire. Population about 23,000. It is in the centre of Wiltshire. We are 97 miles away from London, and you can get there on a bus, but pretty soon, about 2 years' time, you'll be able to get there on a train. The train disappeared in the 1960s. The train was responsible for basically a lot of trading devices, and then the tracks were torn up, and well, we're waiting for a new railway. But that's the town centre, and it's been brilliant to actually walk out, and we're going out there in the sun. And the next thing is that Stonehenge is a very special place in our lives. We live about 20 or 25 miles away, and we're able to visit 3 or 4 times a year. And when I do go there, I go with the gimbal, which is down in the carousel. I'll be showing you that shortly. But for the moment, all the videos that I take are actually on YouTube, and you can go to YouTube, you can type in my name, and you'll find all the videos I've made using the Hoem iSteady gimbal, and I quite enjoy doing it, and it's a great way of keeping fit. So if I take this off screen, so you've looked at devices, you've seen Stonehenge, I'm going to hide it so the Stonehenge is next to me. I'm going to swap places because I like to be on the left hand side. Nothing better than that. Now I'm broadcasting, as you can see, top right hand corner. I'm broadcasting today using BeLive. BeLive I work for as a content creator, but this is my show, and on my show I'm the producer, I'm the host, and I'm going to be telling you the stories about the equipment that's down the carousel. Now, about the carousel. The carousel plays an important part in Amazon Live broadcasts, and if you're watching me on Facebook or YouTube or LinkedIn, there's a link up above which will take you over to Amazon Live, because that's where the action is. And if you're watching me on Amazon Live, you're definitely in the right place. Carousel is important. 75% of the items in the carousel I actually own, so I can talk about them. If you've got any questions about anything that's in the carousel anytime during this live broadcast, then please ask. And the next thing I'll do is go to your question on Amazon Live. Just a note that after the broadcast, anything comments you've made, anything at all, will just disappear. Okay, it's not saved, and it doesn't. Whilst the video is saved, and you can replay any of the shows that I've been doing since August 2021, there is no comment on any of them, so you can basically comment, and it's just for the duration of the show. And if you want to say hello and tell me where you are, please do. If you want enjoying the show and want to follow me, then please do. Okay, the choice is yours. The things you can do: comment, follow, like, and if you follow me, then you'll get notified of my future shows. As simple as that. I do not get your details. Amazon keep your details, and I'm gonna. Well, I'll show you a video later about what Amazon Live is all about, because I don't think anybody actually before now actually said what Amazon Live is. Right, let's go to the first item of the day. And the first item of the day, if I go here, is I was watching a broadcast 2 weeks ago with Marco Novo, who's my good friend in Portugal. And check out Marco, marketing.live. I'll give you a link to Marco's page, just a minute, just to show that this is live. If you go here, okay, just let me type this in. Worth it. Okay, and save. If you go to marketing.live, that is Marco's page on Amazon Live. We're very grateful. Amazon have given us all our own broadcast pages, which is absolutely wonderful. That's Marco's. So if you go to marketing.live, you can watch Marco's show, and you should be able to see Daniel Sigmund actually demonstrating the lights. I think it's probably 2 weeks ago. So it was, he said, quick bit of maths, on the 8th of March. If you check out Marco's show on marketing.live, 8th of March, see Daniel and Marco talking together. But I couldn't watch it live because I was broadcasting at the time. So I watched this broadcast on the replay. You can replay any broadcast at any time. So I watched this on the replay, and when Daniel to this part about the light he's holding there, that got my attention. And I thought, I need new lighting. What happened was I used to have two soft boxes, one either side of me, pushing light forward, and the reflected light lit me up, and that was good. But they had to go because after 2 years, wear and tear, they were looking a bit raggedy. So off they went to a local recycling centre in their constituent parts, bulbs, cloth and metal, and the metal stand as well. So that's gone. And for 3 weeks, I was actually using room light. Now, room light's okay, you can just about do it, but what you actually need is an external light. Now, there are many options. And the reason this caught my eye is that we know Logitech. Logitech produce brilliant cameras, C920, 922, 925, 930, and the Brio. So we know that they are a quality build. So that's why I went and I bought my very own. It's down in the carousel. Over here, just a minute. Bear with me. Okay. This is the Logitech Litra Light, L-I-T-R-A. I'm going to push it down. This is how it comes. This is how it's delivered. It comes in a box. And just excuse me a moment. Okay. I'm trying to get the box right way up. It comes in a box. This is the box that it actually comes in. Thank you for the comment. I'll be looking there in a moment. It comes in a box, and it is called the Logitech Litra Glow, and it does glow. I'm going to put the box down. So back to the light itself, you can gauge the size of it. This is not a big light. Okay. It is, however, a very powerful light. It comes, there's cellophane around the bottom, okay, and there's cellophane on the back, which you just take off. That's the only unpacking you need to do. Lift it out of the box, take the cellophane off, you're away. Now, first thing you should do is to actually plug it in using the cable supplied, okay, and it is a USB-A to USB-C cable, and it simply plugs in into your computer. Okay, so the cable is now plugged in. You put the light on top of your monitor. To do that, you lift up the flap, and that means that this light will then hang over your monitor. Okay, now the light can be bent to that angle, so you can choose the angle, so the light can be coming down on you at the right angle. You can go back up again. You can go left. Okay, you can go right, and you can find the best angle to actually suit you. Now that works best over there. So you just put it on top of your monitor, as simple as that. Okay, now you can make it longer just by clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking and clicking until you get to the end, and you can position this anywhere that you like. Now mine is sat on my monitor. I've got it set like that. Equally, I'm testing it because I only had it for 2 weeks. I could have it like that. So I'm testing different ways of lighting. Now, it's on this stand. If you don't want it on the stand, then what you can do is you can unfasten the stand and you can put this light on a tripod. Now, the benefit of putting this light on a tripod is that you can then put it anywhere on your desk rather than just on your monitor. And as I said, this is important. If you've got a small tripod, you can extend, you can still, right, with your tripod, you can decide exactly where it's going to go on your desking area. So this is a very versatile light. And on the back of it, okay, are the switches. And you can switch the light on. Okay, that was something falling on the floor if you heard it. So the light is on, okay, and it's obviously working because I'm better lit than I was a moment ago. And you can adjust both the temperature and the brightness of the light. In actual fact, there are 7 presets that you can actually use to determine the best lighting for you. There is also, I'm going to show you now, there is also software that comes with this. Now, I love when hardware has software too. So let's take a look at the software. So I'm going to switch this off. Okay. Oh, another thing. This cable is supplied with the unit, so you don't need the cable, and you just plug it directly into your PC or Mac. Okay, don't go through hubs or anything. Go directly into your PC or Mac, and then the software I'm about to show you will work straight out of the box. Let's have a look. So I'm going to put the light down, and I'm going to share my screen, and I'm going to share my screen with this software. Okay, and I'm going to bring that up on screen. Okay, and next to me, and basically I need to come over here, take Solo off. That's the software. Just a description of the software. This is Logitech G Hub, and it controls cameras. It also controls lighting. It now controls the Logitech liter light, and I'm about to show you as we put it through its paces. So thank you to Marco and Daniel for introducing me to the light. I'm going to hide that now. So this is the light, and what I'm going to do to influence things a little bit better, I am broadcasting from Be Live, as you know, but I'm going to switch my background off and I'm going to go black. Okay, so now you can see me. Right, so I'm going to go side by side. What I want to do is I want to go this way around. So I'm on the left and the software's on the right. I'm going to put them side by side. Okay. Now, at the moment, the light is on. If I turn lighting off, you can see instantly that I've gone darker. Okay. So it does make a difference. And lighting is a very important part of live broadcasting. Cameras, microphones, lighting, not necessarily in that order. So I'm going to switch the light back on. And then there are 7 presets that come with the lighting, which we can try. So I'm going to go through the 7 presets that you can use when you're using the light. Now, this one is quite bright. This is called Bright Cool. And I'll go for the next one. Not quite as bright, Cozy Daylight. Next one down. You may not see any, you may only see subtle differences, but I do assure you that the light is changing every time till we get to here. Now, this is my favorite, Cozy Candlelight. And this is how it looks. And if I go back to the software, I'm just going to change slightly because you get a better idea now. Right, okay, that suits my mood at the moment, soft sunset, but you can make up your own presets. This is brilliant. What you can do is you can basically, if I go to the software and go here, you can adjust the temperature to make it warmer or cooler. You can adjust the brightness to make it darker or lighter. Okay, you're in control with this light. 7 different settings plus any settings that you give it to. Switch it off and you go dark, switch it on and you go light. And you really do, when you're live broadcasting on Zoom or on Twitter or on Twitch or on YouTube or on Facebook, you do need lighting. I have to say, if I go back to the beginning, and I'm going to get down to the one that I like. Okay, so that's good. The software is called Logitech G Hub, and you go to the Logitech and you can download Logitech G Hub. It sees the Logitech Litra light straight away. You don't need to do anything. Just install the software. The light turns up as an option. Let's just have a look at that. I'll come back and I'll go side by side again this way. Looking at the software G Hub is well known to gamers. Will control your Brio camera, which is there, or it control the lighting, and you just click on the one you want. And in our case, it's lighting, and I've been taken straight to lighting, and I'm using the default settings because then this light will work. If I swap computers, take the light with me, my settings go with me. Yeah, settings work everywhere. G Hub used by millions of gamers throughout the world. Logitech G Hub, and it actually controls the Logitech Litra light, which we saw a moment ago. So this is the light. That was the software that controls it. That's how it comes to you. Take the cellophane off at the back and at the bottom. You can adjust the rake of the light. You can turn it sideways, both ways. Okay, you can put up the little shelf, which means you can hook it onto your monitor, and it is very stable. You can adjust the height of it, okay, to suit, and it's just a question of testing how you actually look on camera. Yeah, right. Now you notice that this one's not switched on, but I'm lit. I've got 2 of these. They're so good that I actually bought 2 of them. One to show to you and to light my demonstration area, and one to actually light me through the broadcast. Okay, so I've got to say that I've enjoyed using this. I still have some things to learn, but I think I've got most of it. The thing is that when you buy this light, you use the cable that is supplied, plug it into your PC directly or your Mac directly, download the Logitech G Hub software, and there is a QR code on the box. You don't have to go searching for it. Just scan the QR code on the box, and that will take you to Logitech G Hub. Download it to your PC and Mac, and you're away. Your light will work, the software will work, and you can set up the screen. Because it's all, I'll come back to this later, But this is all about being comfortable on screen, getting the right lighting. Now, if I was to open the curtains now, it would destroy this, totally destroy this, because the sun is shining brightly in Wiltshire in England. You have to set it up according to the day, the weather on the day. Okay, so the only light that's on, I've got the room lights on, but I've also got this light on. And as you see, when I actually switch it off, I go darker. When I switch it on, I go lighter. Okay, and the darker it is outside, obviously, the more effective it is. It is currently it is 2:20 in the UK. I know it's 10:20 in the east, on the East Coast. So Logitech Litra, it is the best light I've found. I've been looking for, I did 3 weeks without lights, and now I'm happy again. I've got lights that I can rely on, lights that simply work, and lights that are very effective and are controllable. Oh, wait a minute. Don't forget to plug it in. Okay. Don't forget to plug the light in. So I'm switching the light on manually. So the light is on. Yeah. And I'm just going to put it on top of my Microsoft Surface Book 2, which is in the carousel. Just forgive me for a second. Okay. Right. So I've got the light there, and I just need just a second. Wait a second. I need to do something. I showed you that you can actually angle the light. Well, I want to angle the light so that it is pointing down at my work surface. I've done that. So it takes a few seconds to set it up, but do experiment with it. And over to the comments. I want to say, okay, and question for Corinda. Right, there is no reason. The cable supplies the USB-A to USB-C. There is no reason to use any cable. If a manufacturer supplies a cable, then they have optimized it for use with the equipment. So I wouldn't change it. You've already got the cable, it's in the box, it's part of the price. Just use it. And you must plug it directly into your Mac or PC. And I want to give a big shout out to Mohammed Ashikur for actually following me live. Now, if you're enjoying this broadcast, and I hope you are, then you can help me. I'm here to help you, but you can help me just by clicking the follow button. I don't get any details, nothing like that. Details held by Amazon, but when I do go live, you may get notified when I go live. And if you go to the following button at the top, you can always catch my live show or my latest show. So it helps us both. And I do want to say a big thank you to Mohammed Ashikur for actually following me. And I just enjoy this Amazon Live so much. Okay, just a minute. I dropped something on the floor earlier. Okay. Now, basically, it's this. Okay, you're going to see this again in a moment. So this is just a tripod stand. It's not down in the carousel, but I'm just going to put it over there for a moment. So that's over there, and I'm going to put my iPad. I've got an iPad which actually controls this broadcast, and I'm going to put my feet back on. My slippers came off. Okay, now we're going to talk about camera, and we're going to talk about camera that's in the carousel at the moment, which is the Logitech C920x. Okay, so what I need to do is I need to go side by side. I can stop sharing. Okay, and I can go side by side, and here we have it. So I'm going to go picture in picture. So this is me. I'm on the Brio, and over here, this is the Xsplit Tiny, which we're looking at the moment. So camera 1 is the Brio, camera 2 is the Xsplit Tiny. Okay, the thing about the Xsplit Tiny, as I'll show you later, is I can have 2 of me on screen. That's a bit frightening. So I'm going to go. So I've got 2 cameras. Okay, and I'm going to go back to where it was originally pointing, which is pointing at the desktop work surface. Okay. This is a Logitech C920x camera. If you notice a theme in this show, the theme is Logitech. I first got involved with Logitech in 2015, 2016. This was when live broadcasting began, around the time of Facebook Live. We've been on Blab, and when Amazon Live came about, everybody wanted an external camera. The odds are, with a lot of certainty, that having an external camera and an external microphone improves the quality of your broadcast. You're improving the image that's on screen, and with a Logitech camera, which is a built-in microphone, you're improving your sound as well. So let's take a look at Logitech C920x, which is down the carousel, which is here. Okay, and there's the thing about this. The X stands for something. The X stands for extra. And I'm going to show what the extra is in a minute, because the extra is absolutely worth it. Okay. So the camera, I've got to be honest here. This camera here that you're watching, I'm going to go picture in picture again. The camera that you're looking at now is as new. But the thing is that this camera is 6 years old. Yeah. It's the Logitech C920x. X stands for extra. Once you get the camera, you unwrap it, you've got the lens there, and then you've got twin microphones, 2 microphones. You pull down that lip there, that, yeah, and you get it the angle you want, and then it hooks over. Let's come to me in a second. It hooks over the top of your monitor, like so. Okay, that's how it's meant to go. That's how Logitech cameras work. That's how most cameras work. What you've got is an adjustable thingy. I'll call it a thingy. And that allows you to get the angle right so that you're actually able to look at the camera. Okay, now I'm trying to look at the camera. Right, so that's how you put it on. Okay, the other end is here. Okay, and the other end is a USB-A lead. Now this is actually attached to the camera. There is no reason to use any other cable than this. Okay, but I can't actually show you this camera because it's not plugged in. I'll explain the camera I'm using in a moment. But there is another thing that you can do with this. If you close it back up again, yeah, you'll see that underneath, just a minute, I'm getting camera angle right a minute. Underneath, yes, you guessed it, underneath the hole, which means that you can put this camera on a tripod. Okay, so it doesn't have to be on top of your monitor. That's where most cameras are. I would say a large percentage of cameras in use for live broadcasting actually sit on the top of the monitor. My Brio is there, my Oswald Tiny is there. But you can put it onto a tripod, any size of tripod. It simply screws in to the tripod. Okay, and I'm not going to give you a practical demonstration because when I put it together, I'll have to take it apart again. But it goes in like so, and you just twizzle it round. Twizzle is a technical term. Twizzle it round until it's secure, and that's it. That's all you need to do. And then what you have in a second, he said, I'm waiting for this to tighten up. Okay, it's not going to fall now. What you have then is a camera on top of your tripod, and you can adjust it as you wish. So I'm going to show you what I mean. So tripod here, extend the legs out, and these are flexible legs, so I can extend them as I like. And then, okay, this is going to be fun. Then you can adjust it using this. Okay, and I do need to tighten that to adjust the legs so the camera is at the angle you want it to be. Adjust the settings at the top so the camera is at the angle you want it to be. So this is an ideal camera for starting out on Zoom. The thing is about going live on Zoom, I don't know about you, but going live on Zoom is a competition to me, just to make it fun. You go live on Zoom, you've got 12 people on the screen, and you work out who's using the internal camera and who's using the external camera. And it's not difficult to spot. Tell me, just try it again, and then try and see which camera they've got. Okay, just a little game. Right, tripod's free again. Camera is happy again. Now, one thing about the camera is this comes with a 6-foot cable, which is long enough for anything. But I'm going to show you a camera later, which just needed a little bit extra cable. If you've got any questions though, please do ask. Okay, but I've been holding you in suspense because I said I was going to tell you what the X stands for. C920x is this camera. Yeah, this is the extra bit. So I'm going to take myself off full screen. So this is just me, and to the right of me you've got the second camera, which we don't need. So to hide that, I'm going to switch it off. Okay, which just leaves me picture in picture with this video. The X in 920x stands for Xsplit Recamp. Xsplit Recamp is background removal software that I have been using since 2019. I've got an annual license with, just a minute, it's looking for something. Okay. The Logitech C920x includes 3 months of Xsplit Recamp. Just let me change my settings for a moment. Just bear with me. That's much better. Okay. It has 3 months of Xsplit Recamp. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put the video full screen and just give you, I'm going to put the video full screen, and I'm going to switch my microphone off and hopefully switch it back on again. And I'm going to explain to you why Logitech is a great camera and why Xsplit Recamp is a software that I've used for the last 2.25 years. And I'm here to give you an overview of Xsplit Recamp, how it works. Background removal tool I've been using since January 2019, and it just keeps getting better and better. Now the image behind me is one of Salisbury Cathedral, and the acid test of any background removal tool is that you still have 10 fingers with little webbing between them. Okay, so that test passed. Second is the outline of your body. Those are the things to look for when you're looking at a green screen, the ability to actually move about. So let's take a look at the software itself, and this is the Xsplit Recamp program. Okay, now you notice the top there, it says original. This is me. This is also me. So this is how I look normally. Now, first stage is to actually remove the background. So let's remove the background by pressing a button, and I get background's gone. Okay, prove that if I go here, background has disappeared. Okay, so the next step is to select a background to go in place, and you can do that just by clicking an image. You'll get a different background. Okay, that's it. That's very colorful. Now, just a warning, you need to make sure that the image at the top is not too light. Okay, what you don't want is to have an image too light at the top. If you try it, you'll see what I mean. Okay, now Xsplit Recamp is an external program which you download from Xsplit, and it sits on your computer and you can use it in this way. Okay, so over to one of my favorite backgrounds. So I'm just switching background. Now, if I go to here, you can actually see that I can get backgrounds from several sources. I can upload a media file. Okay, and I'm going to upload a media file. I'm going to go on my hard drive to artwork and to reduced. Okay, and I'm going to bring up this image, and that's it. That's how easy it is to take an image from your hard drive and bring it on screen. Second thing you can do is you can run a YouTube video. Now I can show you a sample of this if I go down. Right, the second thing you can do is you can play a YouTube video in your background. Now, if it's your own YouTube video, you can just do it. Okay, you can give the URL to Xsplit Recamp, and it will then play the video in the background. Now, I've got a couple of videos I put together on InVideo, which are, one is the stars, which looks quite effective, and that's just running in the background. And if it's your video, it's not a problem. If it's somebody else's video, first of all, don't put a music video in the background because there's no sound. The other thing is it will be copyrighted video, and you don't want to be playing copyrighted video on Zoom or on the internet as a whole. So don't take a copyrighted video. The other thing is do a test beforehand, because not all videos or YouTube videos can be played by somebody else. You can watch them, but playing them is a different thing entirely. In order for us to actually play a YouTube video, then somebody has, well, the owner has got to give them permission by allowing an embed. So the only way to find out whether a video is playable is to just do it. Okay, and if it works, it works. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. Okay, if it works for you, but you do need to record yourself. Okay, please do a test recording with any background that you get. Make sure that it works. Okay, as far as backgrounds are concerned, you can also use a web page behind you. So I could have my web page behind me. I've been broadcasting live and talking about it. I could have any web page that's, well, not any web page. Just be careful when you choose web pages. Using your own, totally safe. Using others. Okay, and then the final thing you can do is you can go to a website called unsplash.com. And I think I've got the name down here. Just a minute. No, I haven't. Okay. Let me go and just type it in. Just give me a minute. Right, I actually typed it right first time. There's something. If you go to unsplash.com, not now because we're on Amazon, but if you go to unsplash.com, what's happened is photographers from around the world have sent their best photographs and published them on unsplash.com. We can go to unsplash.com, brilliant search engine, and we can actually search for the topics that we want, download the image to our hard drive and use it. But there is a sort of, it is a win-win situation, but I do. This is what I do. When I go to unsplash.com and I find an image I like, I download it in the resolution I want, and then I tweet out the image. And that is good manners, really, because you actually, first of all, you're saying that you like the image because you're tweeting it out. And the second thing, it gives publicity to the photographer. And that's got to be a win-win situation. It also gives, it gives publicity to Unsplash as well. So it's a win-win-win situation. So to summarize, and I'm going to try and go here. Yeah, just a second. Okay. You can use your own images. You can use a YouTube video. You can use a web page, yeah, and you can use an Unsplash image. But do say thank you. And just let me go back to my iPad. My iPad suddenly goes to sleep every so often. So thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. Reminder again, thank you to Ashiko for the follow, and thank you to everybody who's taking time out of the day to actually watch me live on Amazon Live. I do appreciate it. Okay, so just to finish that section, Logitech C920x, which is down the carousel, includes 3 months of Xsplit Recamp. I have been using Xsplit Recamp since 2019. I made the video that I showed you earlier. Xsplit love it, and I enjoy doing it. Xsplit Recamp is a great product, and if you're looking for a background, then I can suggest no better software. Okay, now if you're looking for a background, he said, there are down the carousel now, you've got the Phobia green screen. There are people who say, or software houses who say, use software, you don't need a green screen. If you don't use a green screen, then your picture is going to be okay. In other words, you're going to have a picture behind you, but you may well have a white line going up the side of your face, and your hair may blow in a non-existent breeze. Okay, because there are varying qualities of background software, and the only way that you're going to find out is basically just try it. Try using background removal software without a green screen, and you'll see what I mean. There is a difference, as you saw in the video, because in the video I was definitely using a green screen to actually have a different background. And backgrounds are important because you can just change your game simply by changing the background. But you can't have a near perfect picture unless you have a green screen. Now, the green screen behind me is the Phobia green screen. It's reversible. It's green this side. It's blue the other side. You can choose whichever you want. What you're after is a solid color. And I tried both the blue and the green, and as you can see, I've stuck with green. The screen that you're looking at now is actually propped up against the back wall. Okay, you can get a stand to suspend it if you wish. Okay, now here's the trick. This Phobia green screen is scrunchable. You can take both ends of it, you can scrunch it together, you can fold it, and then you can put it back in its carrying bag, and it's portable and you can take it somewhere else. It's not very heavy. And the other thing is that this is not just a green screen for live video like we're doing now. It's also a green screen for photography. So if you have a celebration, you can take your green screen with you, take your mobile camera, a mobile phone camera, and you can take photo shots against the green background. And then when you get back, you can edit them to slide in Mount Everest or Mount Kilimanjaro, or basically anywhere. You can put people anywhere you want to be if you've got a green screen. So green screen has two purposes. It does make the video near perfect. Now I'm going to take my life in my hands here, and what I'm going to do, I'm not using Xsplit Recamp, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to press this button. I'm going to load a background. So I'm going to my hard drive, and I'm going to artwork, and I'm going to resized, and I'm picking a background. Right, so this is background removal in action with a green screen. Now, remember, what you've got to remember is that this is not going to be perfect because I'm not set up for it. I'm just doing it on the fly because you're actually watching. 2, 1, and back. Okay, so this is a green screen that works, and you can see, just because the lighting's wrong, you've got slight movement of the head, but you don't have any line around, and I can put 10 fingers up and you can see 10 fingers. You see a bit of tearing, but that's because I'm not set up. You must practice, you must set up. Okay, and you must set up each background that you're going to use. That you need different lighting for different backgrounds. If you want to look good, take time over it. Okay, and Xsplit Recamp, you can just test and test and test, but you do need a green screen, even with Xsplit Recamp. They do say you don't. I say that's okay, but if you want near perfection, then you do need a green screen. You'll notice that when I put the green screen up, it actually compensated for the gap top right hand corner automatically, and that's what green screen software does. It compensates for any gaps wherever they be automatically, because it knows it's got to fill a 1920 frame, 920 by 1280. That's the standard. So green screen software, do consider getting a green screen if you want to have a good background removal system, because without it, it's okay. With it, it's near perfect. Practice, get the lighting right. Okay, so that's green screens. I've had my Phobia green screen now for nigh on 2 years, and it's never let me down, and it simply works. Okay, so where do we go to next? Okay, where I'm going to go to next is to a microphone. and I'm going to go to two microphones in actual fact. And the reason I'm going to the first one, this is the Audio-Technica AT2020. It is $99 today, which is 9% off. Now, it just so happens that the Audio-Technica AT2020 is not plugged in at the moment. This is the Audio-Technica AT2020. I was listening to Mike Phillips, who's a well-known podcaster, and the sound was just, it was the right bass, it was the right tone, it was the right everything. And I said to Mike, can you tell me which microphone you're using? And he said, I'm using the Audio-Technica AT2020. Here's the Amazon link. So following day, I went over to Amazon, and on Mike's recommendation, I bought this microphone. You can plug in your headphones at the back. It comes with a tripod stand, and it is heavy. It's not lightweight. It is a very compact yet powerful microphone, and I was blown away by the sound of it. And what I can say is this is stylish is the word I'm looking for. Mark says his microphones are beautiful. So does Nick Wood. I just say they're stylish. Okay, this is a stylish microphone, and I used it in my early broadcasts on Amazon Live. Anything prior to January, if you go to recording, you'll be able to hear this microphone in use. You can adjust the gain on it. You can plug your headphones on it into it, and it just sits, and you need to have it about 3 foot away from you. Okay, and it comes with these people at Audio-Technica think of everything. I'm still working on this, but give me a second. It comes with an incredibly long cable. Okay, so letting the cable go, you can have this a long way from your computer, is all I'm saying, because the cable is so long. The sound is so rich, and you can have your headphones in it, you can adjust the gain, and it's a top quality microphone. This is a great microphone. When you buy a Logitech camera, you've got an inbuilt microphone, and that inbuilt microphone is better than your computer microphone. This is the next step up. This is an external microphone, as we've just seen from the long cable, or perhaps not. Okay, just a minute. I'm tangled. I found the end. Right. It is USB-A. It plugs. Now, I've got this plugged into a unit, and I'm going to show you the unit before I show you my current microphone. So, I love the sound of this. It is reliable. I've not had a single problem with it. Plug and play. AT2020. And it's down the carousel today. It is 9% off. I'm just going to put it down again. Yep, okay. I'm going to put the long cable away. Okay, so that's the long cable gone away. And it's covering the desk now. Just a minute. I need to tidy up because I want to show you something. And if my desk is untidy, you're going to think I'm a messy person, which I'm not really. But I just want to put that camera over there. I need to put the tripod back because I don't need the tripod. Okay, and I want to show you something. This is undoubtedly my best buy of 2022. It's the best thing I bought. Okay, it's also the cheapest thing I bought, but it's made such a difference to the way I broadcast. If we just remind ourselves, if I take myself off solo, yeah, and I'm going to hide that video because I don't need it anymore. I'm going to switch this camera on. You can see that I've got two cameras. Yeah. But how do you get two cameras into a Microsoft Surface Book 2, which has only got two USB ports? This is a rant. Okay. Why do computer manufacturers, be they Windows computers, Unix computers, or Macs, never ever put enough USB-A ports or USB-C ports into the hardware. Why? I mean, what does it add to the cost? If you put an extra 2 USB ports onto a PC, it adds nothing to the cost. If I'm totally wrong in this, please let me know. But the thing is that there are never enough ports, yeah? And we end up wondering, how the heck do I get 2 cameras? This is camera 2, by the way. How the heck do I get 2 cameras on screen? How am I going to do it? Well, the answer is that what you do is you get one of these. And if I put this, okay, just a note, I'm using crisp.ai for a microphone. I don't know why I clicked that. If I try and bring this here, it's there. Can you, if I move that way, you can see it now. This is the item that's down the carousel. This is, just excuse me a minute. This is an Anker 4-way USB hub. And this unit, this stylish unit from Anker, you take out your camera from your PC or Mac and you plug this unit in, one USB-A cable. It then gives you an extra 3 ports, an extra 3 priceless ports. Because of this unit at $16.99, I have now got 2 cameras, 1 microphone, and a litre of light plugged into it. And I couldn't, without this 60, I would not have been able to have 2 cameras on screen. Yeah, it's just not possible. Yeah, because I've only got 2 ports on my Microsoft Surface Book 2. So, you know, what does a man do? A man goes out and he spends $16.99 to get the bargain of the year. Now, I know what you're going to say. You're going to say, well, that's been around forever. But it is the ideal solution to the problem of having more than 1 camera in your live broadcast, be you on Zoom or Facebook or YouTube or Twitter or Twitch or website. This unit from Anker, shout out to Anker, best buy of the year, $16.99, and I can have 2 cameras and 2 microphones, or 2 cameras, 1 microphone, and a litre of light, or I can have any combination of things. And it's a powered USB, and the cameras work. And this is the important part. People ask me, okay, fine, you've got 2 cameras, you've got a microphone, you've got the litre of light plugged in there. Do they work? And my answer is yes, they do. Because I've been using this since January this year. I know that it works. Yeah, there is no degradation on my system with regards to the cameras or the microphone or the litre of light. You're seeing all of them today. Yeah, this is the proof that this unit, this wonderful, slim, stylish unit from Anker, is absolutely a steal at $16.99. This is the PC version, and there is a Mac version available too at a slightly higher price, it has to be said. So, Anker, thank you, Anker, for that. Okay, just whilst we're on cabling, okay, this I'm quite possibly talking about things which you already know about. Okay, I'm going to show you in a moment. Well, I've shown you the litre of light. The problem I had with one of my cameras, though, was that the cable supplied with it, okay, it's one of the lights, and it comes back to now. One of the litre of lights, the cable wasn't long enough for me to plug it into my computer. It just wasn't long enough. So again, this has been around for years, but I want to say thank you to Ugreen for supplying this 6-foot cable, extension cable, which is it 3 foot? Okay, you tell me, $10.99. This cable will extend any of your USB-A units. It's a male to female USB-A connection, and you can extend the cables, which means you don't have the problem of having to scrunch things up. You can have things laid out properly on your desktop with the right cabling, and this cabling from Ugreen just simply works out the bag. What I do like about it, just as a note to other people who supply things, it's like a food bag, and it allows you, you can't hear that, can you? It allows you to actually reseal the bag. Yeah. Now I got two of these because I've got one which is working with a litre of light, and I've got this as a spare. And it simply works. So I just thought I'd mention that if you have a situation where the cable isn't long enough, rather than scrunching things up, just get yourself an extension cable from Ugreen. They simply work. Okay, so that's that. Okay, so down to the carousel. Thank you for watching me live on Amazon Live. And we're going to go to, when I find it, we're going to come back to, where shall we go? If you've got questions about anything in carousel, then please do ask. But I'm going to go here. Okay. Right, down in the carousel is the Logitech, sorry, can I start again? Down in the carousel is the HOEM iSteady gimbal. I'm a desktop broadcaster, always have been, always will be. I've been live on Be Live since October 15, 2016. But last year I discovered going live with your mobile, and hopefully, yes, I have it. I thought I didn't have it. I discovered going live with your mobile phone is just as much fun as actually going live from your desktop. But I wouldn't do a show like this on mobile. Yeah, that's just me though. That's a personal choice. But what I can do is I can go out and about with my mobile phone, and I can, well, I love going live. So I go out with my mobile phone and I shoot video, but I do it live, and I broadcast on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch, and my website all at the same time. Okay. I've got a piece of software. Just let's see if I can find it. If I can tell you the name of the software, then that will make life a bit easier. No, I can't. Okay, I'm going to tell you about it. Oh, there it is. I use a piece of software. This is a Samsung Android. I use a piece of software called Astro Streaming Studio. Astro Streaming Studio costs $10 a year, and it's on here. And it means that when I go live, I can go live anywhere I want. Okay. Now, Astro takes me one destination. I've got other software that takes me off to up to 30 destinations. But Astro Streaming Studio means that I can broadcast live from wherever I am in the UK that has a 4G. Somebody's mentioned 5G, but not where we live, which is in Wiltshire. But there are two problems when you're going live, at least two problems, which I'm going to talk you through. One is, my next camera is going to be an expensive iPhone. This, yeah, just letting you know, and it's quite possibly down in the carousel. I've been sold by the iPad. The quality of the iPad is such that my next mobile phone will be an iPhone. But if you're filming on your mobile phone, what you tend to find is that you're gripping the phone so that you don't drop it. You don't want your phone to fall on the floor. If you've got a $1,200 phone, the last thing you want is for that phone to fall on the floor. The second thing is, if you're holding your camera and you're filming and you're walking about, then as you go up and down, the camera will go up and down, and the end result is a very, very shaky film. Now, if you're shooting home movies, this is not a problem. Okay, they're your personal memories, nobody's going to see them, not a problem. If, however, when you're shooting video, you want to put it up on YouTube, then you need to have your camera steady. So it stays steady when you move. The answer is in the carousel. The answer is to get a gimbal. Okay, and this is, wait for it. I got it now. It's safe. This is the Hoem iSteady gimbal, and its job basically is to hold your camera. Now you can see a clamp there. The clamp expands, just to show you that. The clamp expands so that it'll hold a larger phone, and you can just don't trap your fingers in there. So how do you use it? Step one. I'm not going to do step one, but I'm going to tell you what it is. Step one is to actually take the phone out of its case. Now, that might be said to be blindingly obvious, but you do not put a mobile, because it can't, this grip can't do its job. Yeah, this is to grip a solid object. If you've got a case on there, a case by definition is flexible and will move. So take your phone out of its case and put it into there. Okay, now what happens after that is this. Okay, there's the gimbal. Okay, and you put your camera in there. What you do is you put the gimbal on a solid surface, because this gimbal is going to calibrate, and if it's not on a solid surface, then it will not calibrate correctly. So if you're out and about, sit down, put it on a rock next to you, and then switch it on. Make sure that it's on something stable. Okay, just a minute, I've got a notification. Oh, I've got it, right, I'm okay. Basically, if I turn this that way around, the controls are there, and you press the red button and you start recording. You start the gimbal. The gimbal will rotate, okay, and something like that, and you're then ready to actually start filming. You go to the software on your phone, you start the software on your phone, start recording or start broadcasting in my case, and that's it. Okay, the gimbal will keep your phone steady. When you're walking, the gimbal will keep your phone steady. And this is a lightweight gimbal, that's why I love it. You can, from the control panel, zoom, pan, tilt. You can do all sorts of wonderful things with the control panel. Yeah, and it all, if you click the link down in the carousel, it'll take you to the home gimbal page, and you can find out a lot more. But for the moment, as I come back to me and the gimbal, I can tell you about this gimbal. Yeah, and you can see a piece of metal and plastic in front of you, and you're going to say, so I'm going to show you a video. This video was made in December, the last time the sun shone in Devisors. I've got to say that the sun is shining today. Just let me find the video, and I'm going to go here, and no, not here, just a minute. I've got to have the video somewhere. Just talk amongst yourselves for a second. I'm just trying to find the video. I've got it. Okay, things are never far away. Thing to do when live broadcasting is don't panic. Okay, so I'm take myself so. Okay, and you can see, if you're here at the beginning, thank you for staying throughout the broadcast, but we're now going to Stonehenge, and this video that you're about to watch, I don't need to tell you where we are. Okay, this video you're about to watch was created using the Hoem iSteady gimbal. What I'm going to do is I'm going to hide my second camera. Okay, and I'm going to put the video full screen. Yeah, I'm going to switch my microphone off. You with this? And I'm going to press play. There we go. Not really, and I'm just going to walk around the henge and give you a tour. Well, let's go. Right, there aren't too many people here. Basically, it's to wish you a Merry Christmas and a happy, healthy and prosperous New Year from Angelica and myself, and from everybody visiting Stonehenge today. Boxing Day 2021. Okay, I think we're in the clear now, hopefully. Right, so as usual, broadcasting on Facebook, YouTube, Twitter and my website. And that's just a beautiful sight, especially as it's a beautiful day, as I pan around to give you some idea of the countryside around the henge. Now the henge is not on its own. There are burial mounds all around, and behind me is my wonderful partner Angelica, who is looking the other way. Hello. Right. And going over to, now this is the road. People slow down here because they've actually got a view of Stonehenge, so the traffic along this road gets congested during the week, and that's the road that they're actually going to replace with a tunnel. Now the tunnel won't go directly under Stonehenge, thank goodness, because we don't want Stonehenge to subside into a pile of rubble, but it will go within half a mile of Stonehenge. And I think the current state of play is that it's going to go ahead, and the idea is that the road that we're looking at now will just be closed or not as busy. I mean, it's Boxing Day today, but you can see. What I'm going to do now, because I can, is I'm going to fast forward and take you closer. If I can get this working. It will work, I know it will work. I can take you closer to Stonehenge. And this was December 26, 2021. I'm with my partner Angelica. We're walking around Stonehenge. It is a glorious day. And let's just carry on for a moment and get closer to the henge. See, there's a great contrast. When we came in May, it was pouring down. Sorry about this. Shall we get a bit closer?
Sorry, watch out where you're going, dear.
Right, okay. Hopefully. Right. Okay, so this is the end of our journey. This is as close as you can get to the stones, as I say, apart from the 2 days a year. And you can see how this was constructed 4,500 years ago. They're still trying to work out how they got the lintel. I mean, it's a feat of engineering, because we're talking 4,500 years ago. The stones came from Wales and from Marlborough, had to be brought here, not by cart, they were actually rolled here. So and this is the time that I roll back in and we hide the video. So the thing about having your mobile phone and your gimbal is that you can go out and about and you can visit somewhere wonderful, you can do the full tour, and then you say, okay, I just need 20 minutes, and you can go and you can shoot video as a permanent record of your visit. And then you can play it back on your television anytime you like. Do you remember when we went to Stonehenge, we went to Salisbury, or we went to Avebury? You can play the video back on a personal basis. However, you'll notice in that video, just let me get closer to the screen, you'll notice in that video I was actually giving a narration, a voiceover, and that's what I do most of the time. In the morning before we go, I sort of revise and get some skits I can actually exchange whilst we're walking around. But in order to do that, I've got it. I could use the microphone that's on my phone because I can make it single direction. But the thing is, it's still not the best quality. So I use one of these. This is the Pearl microphone. And the Pearl microphone basically gives you high quality sound whenever you go out. Sorry about this. Whenever you go out and you use your mobile phone, your gimbal, take one of these with you. It's so easy to use. Shall I show you? Okay, I will. This is the carrying case which goes in my rucksack. I don't take the box with me, I take the carrying case. It is a power device and it's down in the carousel at the moment. And I can say that it's 41% off today. These are special discounts that are available whilst I'm broadcasting. This is the best one I've ever had. Okay, now, just to know, I own 75% of what's in the carousel, so I can show it to you. So, inside this bag, I love the logo on what it says on the back. Words can change lives, record them perfectly. And it does. It records your words perfectly. And it's in here, and I'm about to take it out, and hopefully, yay! Okay, I'm glad they put that. Just that makes all the. This is the little things that make a difference, and the fact that they put that on means that the cable doesn't get knotted up. When you've got 4-footed cable, then it can get knotted. Right, this is here. He said, is the lapel microphone. What you have is you've got a crocodile clip. You press the crocodile clip and you attach it to your clothing. That's why it's called a lapel microphone. It fastens onto your body. The thing about this is, because the microphone is close to your lips, it will pick up your voice before it picks up anything else. Second thing is that your body acts as an sound absorber and the sound is better. So this microphone gives you crisp, clear sound. Even on a windy day, the wind goes into the background, your voice stays in the foreground. That's what you want. You want, when you do it, if you go, just a minute, if you go to YouTube and type in my name, then you'll see all the videos I've made. Now I can only show you snippets on Amazon Live. If I showed you a 25-minute video, then that's half the show gone. So I can't go there. I can show you bits of it, and then you can go watch the full video on YouTube. Just type in my name and Stonehenge, and you'll find it. And the thing about having video on YouTube is because I use this microphone, it's high quality sound, yeah, and means that people will watch it. So gimbal, phone, lapel microphone. That's the kit that you need to go and shoot semi-professional video that you can show to everybody. The reason for doing it is simple. Sorry about that. The reason for doing it is simple. For your own personal record, that you can take photographs, yeah, but a video tells a far richer story than just taking photographs. And you've got the kit, okay? You bought the gimbal, you bought the microphone, you've got the camera in your mobile phone. You can go and you can film in your local town. You can film in all the places you visit. Yeah, you can do it, and it's a brilliant hobby to go out with your mobile phone, visit places, and actually get the recording. Yeah, which you can watch later, which people on YouTube can watch. People search Stonehenge, and they find my video and watch my video every week on YouTube, and that's simply sharing my memories with other people. Okay, now I'm not a native of Wiltshire. I've lived here for 10 years in May, but I've got to know the local history, and when I go around a particular area, I can actually talk about it reasonably with a reasonable knowledge. Now, There is a fourth piece of kit that you need that's down in the carousel at the moment, and this is vital. This is a true story which I'm telling because it actually happened. Okay. Last September, Angelica, my partner, and I went to Portsmouth, which is in the south of England, and it's famous for the Portsmouth Royal Navy dockyards. And also, there's a castle or two there as well. Now, we enjoy visiting country houses, castles, and national monuments. Okay, and we're just so lucky to be able to do that because we've got so many near the area where we live. So we went to Portsmouth, and we went to Portsmouth Royal Naval Dockyards. Now, the dockyards was the home of the British Royal Navy for centuries. And then in 1992, they moved from Portsmouth up to Scotland, and the dockyard became a working museum. Now, it's a museum of ships, which means that you can see ships throughout the centuries. And you can see HMS Warrior. I'm telling you about this because I'm going to show you in a minute. HMS Warrior, HMS Victory, and the Mary Rose. Mary Rose was commissioned by Henry VIII and sank on its maiden voyage, was raised up from the seabed and brought to Portsmouth where it's being restored. I decided on that day I was going to film, but I forgot to charge my phone before we did. Always charge your phone the night before you go filming. So I had a problem, and the problem was, I'm looking for something here. Oh, it's there. Just give me a second. Okay, I need to pull that out. Okay, I think we're free now. Just a minute. You saw it. You saw it. We went from HMS Warrior to HMS Victory, and then going around the corner to Mary Rose, and the signal, well, the picture on my phone went. Then the sound meter went, and then the phone went off. It ran out of power. It ran out of juice. It was an X phone. It was no longer working because I didn't charge my battery. So I went along to Amazon.com. I looked at power chargers, power banks, and this is the one that I chose that's down the carousel. This has one job in life. Okay, you plug into there to charge this up, and then you can put the charge wherever you like using the USB-C connection. Anything that's got a USB-C connection, including your phone, you can power from this unit. So this unit now goes in my rucksack, and if I feel that my battery power is going down, I just plug it in. Okay, and it saved me. It saved me. I'll never run out of power again. So battery pack, but it's not just for charging mobile phones. I use it to charge my Fitbit, and using this cable, I can actually use it to charge any USB-C connected device, including my phone. Okay, so that's the story of why this is in the carousel. It is a lifesaver when you're out videoing and you suddenly run out of power. Okay, let's go to the iPad. Okay, now I had to invest in an iPad in order to, but thank you for watching me on Amazon Live today. I do enjoy your company. And Corinda's saying he's got one. He's got a power pack. Okay. And the next thing I want to go on to, well, first of all, down in the carousel is my iPad. And this is my iPad. You can see this. I'm using this to actually broadcast to Amazon Live today. I am an Android guy. I am the epitome of an Android guy. Yeah. I have been Android for years. And then Marco Novo suggested that I might want to broadcast on Amazon Live, and I'm very glad he did. But he said you either need an iPhone or an iPad. Now, I didn't want a new phone at that point, so I plumped for the iPad. I've got to say, I'm so impressed by it. The apps available for it, the speed, it's so intuitive. and it's controlling this broadcast now without any problem whatsoever. So I'm now an iPad man, and my next phone will be an iPhone, quite probably because of Nick Wood. Nick Wood talks about his iPhone 12 all the time. I'm going to get a refurbished iPhone 12. That will be my next phone, and it'll be in the carousel next time you actually come along and watch me live. I'm live this week. I'm live this week every day at 10 a.m. Eastern. Okay. Normally, I'm live at 9 a.m. Eastern, and I will be live at 9 a.m. Eastern again next week. Yeah, and you can come and watch me any day and just come and have a chat. And I talk about everything that's in the carousel, different things, different days. And you can come and have a chat. Just said that before, I did. I'm in a loop. Okay. So I'm going to get an iPhone as my next phone, the iPhone 12, which will be down in the carousel next week until I actually get it, which will probably be around about May time, I think. So that's the iPad, and I am definitely a fan of iPads now because of that particular unit. And next thing I'm going to talk about, well, I don't know. Shall we go here? I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go here. Okay. Now I showed you a minute ago my first external microphone, which was this one, which is the Audio Technica. Well, if you're going to buy a microphone, then you've got, and it's going to be an external one, you buy a quality microphone. And the Audio Technica is a very high quality microphone, AT2020. But the microphone I'm going to talk about now is the one that you're actually listening to, which is the Elgato Wave 3, which is down in the carousel. Microphones are important. I called this broadcast Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey because lights and camera are important. Microphones are important too. Yeah, the important parts of a live broadcast, the most important part of a live broadcast is you. Okay, you've got to be in the mood to do this. You can't, I cannot go live on Amazon Live unless I'm in the mood. And I go live 5 days a week. So I'm actually in the right mood to go live 5 days a week. But I make sure that everything's set up for me. Okay, my studio, my live studio is set up so that everything's to hand. Okay, I can just put my hand on something and bring it on screen. But I'm comfortable on camera, as you can probably tell. This is not something that we're born with. This being comfortable on camera is a learned skill. If you're watching me now and you're thinking, I could do that, then I'm here to tell you, yes, you can. You can learn how to be confident on camera. It just takes practice. Okay, my practice is over 2,300 shows. Yeah, you don't have to do quite so many. Okay, if you want to find out whether you're going to be any good on camera, it's easy to do. You don't need to spend a penny. Okay, what you do is this. You start a Facebook group and you invite one friend. Yeah, so that you've got 2 of you in the group. Private group, nobody can see in, just 2 of you inside. And you go live in the group. The only audience is your friend. And your friend will be there to cheer you, to applaud you, to cajole you, to barrack for you. He or she is on your side, and they will watch you. But they're a friend, and after the broadcast, they will tell you the areas that you might think of improving. So you do a second broadcast, and your friend's still there, and they're watching you, and you listen to them, and you've made some of the improvements. So far, so good. Then you invite 2 more friends. Okay, these are all people who know you, all people who support you, all people who want you to win. And you do a live performance in front of 3 friends. Okay, you've got your start. You've actually got a supportive audience. You've been on camera 3 times. You can decide whether you actually like it or not. If you do like it, and you should, then you invite 4 more friends in and you go live again. Then you invite 8 more friends in, go live again. So effectively, you've got 16 people in the group, including yourself. What you can do at that stage is you can hold your broadcast in the group, and you can say to just ask the question, would anybody like me to join me on camera? And out of 15 people, at least 1 will say yes. And then you've got 2 people on camera. Okay, and you can practice together. When you've practiced within this private group, then you decide, okay, I'm going to go live, and I'm going to go live publicly before everybody. When you do go live publicly for your first time, you've got 15 viewers. The 15 people who are in the group with you, who helped you practice, help you train, help you perfect your script, will be there watching you live, and your live broadcasting career in the public is off to a good start. Now, it's a very simple process. Private group on Facebook, 1 friend, 4 friends, 8, 16 friends. Just follow that routine. And I've seen it work so many times. So the question that you asked me was, can I do what you're doing? The answer is undoubtedly yes. Take it easy. Don't be too self-critical, and just enjoy live broadcasting. And when you've gone public and you've gone live to the world with your 15 friends watching, then is the time to say, okay, now I need a new camera. Now I need a new microphone. Don't do it before then. Make sure you actually enjoy doing this first. Yeah. Right. Okay. That's rant mode over. Right. Okay. Now I'm just trying to make some space because the desk is actually covered with wonderful tech, but I do need the desk for a moment because I'm going to show you something, and I'm going to go full screen. And I'm going to go down to the carousel. Okay, and just let me a minute. Take that off. Okay, we're good. Right, I'm going to show you if, in actual fact, if I put this on screen, it might explain a lot. Right, my main camera is the Logitech Brio, and my microphone is the Elgato Wave 3. You've been listening to the Elgato Wave 3 microphone throughout the whole of this broadcast. It's down in the carousel now. It is $110 today. Wow! Let me say that again. Wow! The Elgato Wave 3 microphone is 27% off today. And you've been listening to it. You know the quality of it. This is amazing. 27% off. To anybody who's watching me live now, click the link and you get 27% off whilst I'm live. Okay, just click the link. It'll take you off to Amazon.com page. You don't have to buy. When you click the link in the carousel, you're not buying. You're looking to get further information from a normal Amazon.com page, but you're taking the price that you can see in the carousel now, which is 27% off this very microphone that you're listening to, and it's about to make its appearance on my show. So as we go here, you'll see it emerging. I'm just going to put my phone out of the way, and you will see, just put my phone safe out of the way, you'll see it emerge into the light, slowly but surely. You'll see my voice tailing off slightly. This is the very stylish, beautiful Elgato Wave 3 microphone. It is stylish, it is fairly heavy, and if I turn it round, I'm going to turn it around just a sec. It has controls on it. Right, I'm going to tell you about it. Okay, you can see the photograph down at the bottom. It is a quality build. This is Elgato. Okay, Elgato are well known for producing high quality products, and this is one of them. And you're listening to it now. You can hear the richness of the tone. You can hear the quality of the sound. Now, as well as your appearance on screen being important, your microphone is important. If you have bad sound, if I have bad sound, then you would not listen to me. I've got to have good sound. I've got to be able to hold your attention with my voice. And to do that, I need a quality microphone like the Elgato Wave 3. If I use the internal microphone on my Microsoft Surface Book 2, it would be okay. Yeah. If I use the microphone in my Brio, it would be better. But because I'm using the Elgato Wave 3, this is as good as you can get. And I'm sure of that. And if you've got this is the best microphone, yeah, for broadcasting on Zoom. You'll blow everybody away, yeah. If you go with this microphone on Zoom, they're going to ask you a question. Wow, what great sound, what microphone are you using? And you're going to say, I'm using an Elgato Wave 3, as seen on Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey. I can't but hope, but I do hope you're actually enjoying the sound that you're hearing now. Now, I love it, as you know, when a plan comes together, and the plan with this microphone, I interview people besides being on Amazon Live. And last November, December, I interviewed Krista Boven and Alec Dorling and Rick Lover, and I did it on Facebook. And I said, what I want you to do is this: I want you to bring your microphones with you, yeah, so I can actually listen to the microphone. And Chris brought her Snowball. Rick brought his headset, and Alec Dorling, who lives in Sweden, brought this microphone, the Elgato Wave 3. And my reaction was, wow, such a high quality sound. So shout out to Alec Dorling for basically just bringing your microphone, and I was able to listen to it, and I bought it. So you can't get a better recommendation than that. The other thing about this particular microphone, and I'm going to just screen share for a moment. Just let me screen share. And I'm going to screen share an app. And the app I want is that one. I've caught it. Okay, so I'm going to bring the app up on screen. The Elgato Wave 3 comes with software. The Elgato Wave 3 comes with audio mixer software. The Elgato Wave 3 comes with audio mixer software that I can understand how to use. And I'm going to turn myself off solo. I'm going to hide the second camera. Hello, bye. And this is it. This is the mixer that comes with the Elgato Wave 3. And as you can see, that it's taking sound at the moment from two microphones. The Elgato Wave 3, you can see on the left-hand side, and the tiny microphone is in the middle. I've only got one of them switched on. You can only hear one of them, he said. Just a minute. Let's make sure that you can only hear one of them. Okay. If I had sound problems, then I don't think I did, but just to be totally on the safe side, this is a sound mixer. And what that means is that with your Elgato Wave 3 microphone, which is there, okay, with your Elgato Wave 3 microphone, you've got your voice, which is the left-hand input, but you can have another 6 inputs which will go through your microphone, which will come into your studio. Yeah, so you can bring in the microphone itself, sound from your browser, Spotify. Okay, you can have Spotify playing through the microphone into your broadcasting studio. You can have the tiny microphone. So I've got that microphone, and you can have Chris' microphone, which is not working at the moment. Okay, so this is a mixer. This is why the secondary. First of all, I got the Elgato Wave 3 because of the quality of the sound. Okay, now if you're watching me live now, you are in a wonderful position. You now have Amazon Live in your browser, and you can watch Amazon Live, effectively Amazon Live TV 24/7. You can watch different broadcasters with different cameras and different microphones, and you can ask them, could you tell me which microphone you're using? If you hear a microphone that impresses you, then ask. And all of us broadcasters will gladly tell you the equipment we use. Yeah? Ask. When you find something you like, ask. And you'll get an answer and possibly a new friend. Who knows? That's the beauty of networking. So this mixer is the first mixer I've used that I actually understand how it works. And I can bring sounds in through my microphone, which come into my studio, and I can switch between microphone and Spotify, microphone and browser sound, microphone and system sound at the click of a button. So this is the second reason for buying an Elgato Wave 3, that it has the software that comes with it, which is an audio mixer. And I have to tell you that it is a very good audio mixer, simple to understand, and what's not to like? Yeah. So the Elgato Wave 3, crisp, clear sound, good bass, and a rich texture of sound. Okay. Now, if you've got any questions whilst you're watching me live, and thank you for watching me live, there are a couple of things that you can do. Okay. Okay, so that's it. My main camera today is Logitech Brio, and my microphone is the Elgato Wave 3. Okay, and this is it. I'm here to help you. Okay, thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. And final public announcement: unmute to hear my stories and ask questions. And if you have unmuted, thank you. Okay, so that's basically. Oh, and you can ask me questions about live broadcasting and my items in the carousel. Okay, I'm here to help. Yeah. Okay, and finally, before we move on, I'm going to go here is, oh, wait a minute. Just a minute. Okay, you're watching, sorry about that. You're watching Stephen live from Wiltshire in England. Okay, now, next. If you have anything you'd like me to talk about in the carousel, then please do ask. Okay, but I'm going to go on to, none of what we're doing now would be possible if we didn't have the internet. Okay, so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to move things out of the way. I'm going to talk about internet. Now, you've no control over the internet signal that comes into your home or office other than changing providers. Okay, you can control what happens inside your premises. Now, true story, this, you know, you can get those Wi-Fi and you plug it into your electrical socket and it conducts Wi-Fi around the house and it works. Yeah. Not saying it works, it doesn't work, it works. And you plug it in and you've got, each socket has its own Wi-Fi hotspot and you can use Wi-Fi throughout the house. Now, we had those and we thought this was normal, but we used to watch an Amazon Prime film, 90-minute film. And it used to take us 2 hours to watch it because of the buffering. And we thought, no, that's normal. The internet's not that good out in the sticks, out in devices at 97 miles from London. What can you expect? If you're in the central London, then you've got whiz-bang net. You know, you've got superb internet. But as soon as you go outside London, then you're in the sticks, in the countryside. And we thought the buffering was actually normal. Taking 2 hours to watch a 90-minute film was normal. And then fate took a hand and one of the units broke. Don't ask me how, it was an accident. One of the units broke and we were then left looking for a replacement Wi-Fi system. And after much research and watching a lot of YouTube videos, I basically went and we got this. Okay, coming center stage is a TP-Link Deco unit. Now, I am broadcasting using this unit at the moment. I am on Wi-Fi. I'm on this Wi-Fi. I can also tell you my partner, Angelica, is in a different office and she's also on this Wi-Fi system. The TP-Link Deco is the best Wi-Fi system that I've found. And it's down in the carousel today. And today, the Wi-Fi TP-Link Deco is 13% off. It's $129.99. And this is the best. Well, I'll tell you how it works first. As you can see from the picture, you're actually getting 3 units. All are the same. You take the first unit out of the box, you plug it into the power socket, you plug it into your router. That's the first unit. The first unit you plug into your router. You then download the software from TP-Link, and that gives you control of the first unit. You can set up a password, you can set up a guest password, and you can add your own phone, iPad, iPod, computer, anything to it, okay, with one unit. You then take the second unit and you put it into another room. You plug it in. That's all you need to do. With the second unit, you just plug it in. What happens then is that the second unit talks to the first unit. Yeah? Talks to this one. They connect. You take the third unit, you take that to another room and you plug it in. The 3 units connect, and what you now have is 3 hubs. Okay, you can give people the password and they've got access. They can add their PC, they can add their mobile phone, they can add their iPad, they can add anything. Now, I've been using this system for 2 years. And what you want of any, just going to change up slightly. What you want of any Wi-Fi system is to be reliable. And after 2 years of using this, I can heartily say that this Wi-Fi system works. It's the best that I've come across. I'm just going to check the iPad for a moment. And thank you for them. I need to check it every so often to make sure that 1, that I'm still connected and talking to you on Amazon Live, and 2, that I don't miss any comments. If you've got anything you'd like to say, then please do. So this TP-Link Deco just actually works. Now, when we watch a 90-minute film on Amazon Live, the film lasts 90 minutes. We do not get any buffering using the TP-Link. Nobody in the house gets any buffering at all. Yeah, you can load shift between different units if you like. You can fine tune it on the mobile app, which is either on your iPhone or your Android phone. You've got total control of the network. When guests arrive, you can give them the guest password. Yeah. So you've got a permanent password for everybody, then you've got a guest network as well. It's secure. Right, okay, so it solved my real problem. When the plug-in thing is broke, I needed internet, and the internet I got was this one, TP-Link, but that's not enough. Okay, I have a friend in Aberdeen in Scotland called Peter Stewart, a great friend, great supporter, and I support him and we enjoy each other's company. We go live on Thursdays on a show called Blabbing for Britain, and this week is episode 319. It's a weekly show, so we've been broadcasting for over 6 years together and got to know each other rather well. We've become good friends. Okay, never met, but we're really, really good friends and do anything for each other. But Peter decided to move his office into his garage. Now, his garage was an extension to the original building, okay, and therefore had a wall between him and the main house. Peter's original idea to get internet into the garage, because Wi-Fi wasn't working, was to actually get some cat cable, drill a hole in the outer wall, go through another wall, and then eventually get to the router. So he would have to do quite some cabling to get himself wired to the router in his house. He had a conversation with Sheila, and as a result of the conversation with Sheila, I don't know what was said, but the following morning, Peter said on Blubbing for Britain, "Can you recommend a Wi-Fi system? Because I can't do cabling." And I said to Peter, "Yes, I can. I've been using, at that time, I've been using TP-Link Deco for the last 18 months. Yeah, I thoroughly recommend it. It solved our problems. It solved the whirring. And it just works superbly. Try it." Okay. Peter said, "I'll take a look at it." And so he did. He went straight away to Amazon. He ordered the TP-Link that you can see in the carousel at the moment. It arrived the following day, because this is Amazon. It arrived the following day, and he installed it. Okay, using the routine I've said. Yeah. And then he contacted me and said, "Wow, this is the best thing I bought in 2021. The Wi-Fi with the TP-Link is simply first class. Can't fault it. It's the best thing I bought in 2021. So you have my recommendation. You have Peter Stewart's recommendation. As far as networking goes, TP-Link is, as Bill and Ted would have said, and my apologies for this, TP-Link is most excellent. Okay, now, thank you for watching me on Amazon Live. Now, I do enjoy your company, and that was all about the TP-Link Deco. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to reprise something. Okay, so I'm going to go back to the beginning, right back to the beginning, and we're going to the Logitech Litra Lite, which is down in the carousel at the moment. I'm going to bring it over here. I'm going to switch it off and put that down. When you are setting up your broadcasting studio, camera and microphone we've looked at Logitech Brio, we've looked at, oh, have we? I don't think we have. Perhaps we'll do that in a minute. That's the thing I missed. I must get a running order. This is basically, just unplug it. This is the Logitech Litra Lite, which was basically released in January 2022. So if you've not seen it before, it's because it is relatively new. Now, I saw it because I watched a broadcast by my good friend Marco Novo, and his guest was Daniel Sigman of Logitech. And Daniel, as you can see, is holding one of these. It's the Logitech Litra Lite. Basically, this is a lightweight light for lighting your studio. I've got one on at the moment, just one, and it changes the way that my studio actually looks. Okay, this is it as supplied. When you get it, you've got cellophane around there, and you've got cellophane around the bottom. You take it off. This is the light. You can lift that shelf up there, and it goes over the top of your monitor. Simple and straightforward, just on top of your monitor. You can extend the light. Okay, so let's go there. Right, the light can bend to that angle, and of course it goes back again. It can go that way. It can go that way. So it's very adjustable, and it just goes on top of your monitor. You switch it on. Before you switch it on, make sure, he said, make sure you've actually plugged it in. So I'm going to plug it in now. Okay, and now I can switch it on. Okay, so this will be here in a second. There it is, it's on, and it's lighting me up. You can tell, no light, light. Okay. You can adjust the lighting. by the panel on the back. Okay, that's the good thing. I've got the light pointed directly at me now, and you can see it works. But I'm going to switch this one off. Okay, I've switched it off. So that's the light itself. But the light comes with software, and I'm going to screen share the software to show you what you can do with the light. You can manually control it, as I've shown you just now. Yeah, but what you can also do is you can control it with software. And I'm going to bring the software up on screen. Okay, there's the software, and I'm going to go side by side like that. Okay, thank you to Daniel and to Marco for finding this light for me. And it's over to the light, and I'm going to go picture in picture. Okay, I'm going to shrink. Well, no, I don't want to shrink myself. Okay. All right, so I'm being lit by one of these Logitech Litra lights at the moment. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a very brave thing, and I'm going to switch it off. Now, as I switch that light off, you'll see that I've gone darker. Okay, now I've got the situation. I'm using a Logitech Brio, and Logitech Brio is actually doing some compensation, where it is brighter when the light is on. Okay, again, brighter. There are 7 presets in the software that you can use to determine how you feel about how you look. And when you get to one that you like, that's the one you set it to. Okay. And this one is, I like this one. I do like this lighting. Yeah, this is my favorite. I'm lit by the one light, the one Logitech Litra light, and it's making such a difference to the presentation. Imagine this on a Zoom call. Yeah, absolutely brilliant. So go full screen. So the software is complete with, just a minute, let me close that down. Is complete with, I can close that. No, I can't. I'm trying to find where I am. I've got that many bits of software on the desktop you wouldn't believe. When we're getting towards the end of the show, as we are now, I have that many bits of software and hardware littering up the desk back to this software. And the other thing you can do, this is a final preset, but this is one that I made. And the point here is that I've got total control. I can make my own presets. I can lower the brightness. Yeah, so the brightness is coming down. I can lower the temperature, so the temperature is coming down. I can take it as far as I want. I can go back to where I want. So I'm in control of the light. I've got 7 presets. If I don't like any of those, I can set my own. Now, when we talk about, I'm going to go side by side. When we talk about lighting, I had just room lights for 3 months, yeah, because I threw my old lighting away, and I was looking for a new light, and I saw Marco with the Logitech guy, and I thought those are the lights for me, and I went out and got them. I got 2 of them, one of them so that I can actually demonstrate it to you and I can show you the light. Okay, but I only need one. And I'm just blown away by how good it is, because I looked at various lighting solutions, and we know the quality of a Logitech product. We know Logitech 20, we know 920, we know 922, 925, 930 in the Brio. We know the quality of the product. I showed you a camera that I'd had, a Logitech camera I had had for 6 years. I can see this light here will last, because it's on the top of the monitor and I control it with software, so I don't need to touch it. The software is controlling it. So just like my Logitech C920x, it can live on my monitor and it can live there for as long as it likes, because this lighting is so good. I do not need, my search for good lighting is stopped now. I found it. This is it. And because this is Logitech, we can be assured of the quality of the build. We can be assured of support. We can be assured of updates to the software, because the software I'm showing you now, if I go picture in picture again, this is downloadable from Logitech.com. It's called Logitech G Hub, and it's well known to gamers. It's probably short for Logitech Gamers Hub. Logitech G Hub, if you've got the light, you can download the software from Logitech.com, and it will see the light straight away. Yeah, and you can control the light, you can control the temperature, you can control the brilliance, you can switch the light on and off. You can have endless hours of fun working out the best settings for your broadcasting. Yeah, and you can just change the game during a live show, change the lighting, change the mood. Right, okay. My friend Miller has arrived, and Miller is energetic, shall we say, and a great help to people. Okay, just out of curiosity, do you ever ask people to go and watch my broadcast? It's only fair. Okay, so this has been Lights, Camera, Action with Stephen Healey, and you're watching Stephen live from wonderful Wiltshire. And thank you for your company. I'm back again. Okay, I'm back again tomorrow at 10 a.m. Eastern. And okay, it appears that the broadcast has stopped. Thank you for watching, everybody. Bye for now.